on to introduce our participants for the exciting game show. Joining in, we have Sumit Bagadia, Associate Director, Choice Broking, Ruchit Jain, Technical Analyst Equities at Angel Broking, as well as Dharmesh Kant. He is the Vice President Strategies at India Nivesh Securities. Great to have you all on board, Sumit. Let's talk pharma. That's the hot sector today. Doing very well for individual names. Why are you picking out Lupin? And let's also address HDFC. Why does this one stand out? Do you think that its strong fundamentals will see it through even some more upside?
Good morning, Avan. Well, as far as Lupin trade is concerned, well, it looks good on charts, and in past couple of days, it has given a very good upside move from lower levels. At present, it seems that the same rally can continue, and in next 2 to 3 days, we can see a good upside momentum from present levels. At least a rally of 100 to 150 rupees can be seen on Lupin from present levels. So we think that from present levels, 1850 or 1840, Lupin is a very good buy, with a trading stop loss to be placed at 1830 on lower side, and a positional stop loss, if anyone wants to keep, should keep somewhere at around 1790 for the upside target of 1950. And as far as trading bet is concerned, for trading perspective, in intraday we can see levels of around 1885. So one should initiate long position in Lupin at current market price. As far as second trade is concerned, HDFC, well, housing finance sector looks good to me. So among housing finance sector, HDFC looks good to me. We are expecting a move of around at least 50 to 80 rupees from present levels. So from present levels of 1220, one can initiate long position. Trading stop loss to be placed at 1190 on lower side. For the upside, an intraday target of 1240 and positional target for the trade would be somewhere at around 1270, 1280 levels. So overall, HDFC looks good on charts. One can initiate long position at CMP.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Lupin as well as HDFC. But let's get in a check on Arvind as well as HUL futures. That happens to be featured on Ruchit's portfolio. Ruchit, you've decided to go long on both these stocks. In fact, decided to retain Arvind. Tell us about your rationale there. What is it that you like about both these stocks?
Good morning. If you just observe this, both of the stocks, especially Arvind is the one which I have retained from Tuesday's trade. As even I had told on Tuesday that it has given a breakout from an ascending triangle pattern, and it has also been forming this high top high bottom formation since last 1 month. So that's why I have chosen to retain Arvind, and I still believe from current levels also there's a good upside still left in the stock. On the high side, for a trading perspective, I've given a target of 312, but I'm expecting a move up to 320 in short term. One can place a stop loss below 291 on the long positions. Second call, I've a buy call in HUL futures. If we just observe this HUL, then it had consolidated around its long-term average of 770-780 zone. And after consolidating in Tuesday's session, it had given a breakout from that consolidation with increasing volumes. So hence, I think in near term, the stock can go upside from current levels. I have placed a target of 823, which I think would be achieved either in today's or tomorrow's session. Apart from that, for short term, we are expecting a move up to 850 to 860. So on any dips, one should look to buy this stock. One can place a stop loss below 800 levels for if anyone is taking for a trade for 1 or 2 days.
Okay, that's the word coming in. Some stocks to keep on your radar. HUL and Arvind look good for a trade. But let's talk more large caps then. Dharmesh, you're betting on cement. ACC, you think stands out? Looks better than some of the mid caps as well, which have been, in focus of late. And what's the word on Axis Bank? Do you think that this one can materially stand out vis-a-vis its players like ICICI, HDFC Bank, etc.?
Yeah, good morning. I think both the stocks are reasonably valued. The valuation has been the key reason for selecting them for today's BNSN game show. As far as ACC is concerned, I think the entire cement space is looking attractive. Volume uptick has been seen, and in few pockets, blended realization has also shown an improvement. There has been a pickup in the infra space, particularly in the road construction, and I think going forward, the capacity utilization for the larger companies will be much better than what they were. And Q3 and Q4 usually are good season for all the cement companies. Maybe mid cap, small cap have been doing fairly well compared to large caps, but I think it's time to stick to the large caps for the timing, and therefore a buy on ACC. The immediate target is 1420. But if things pan out the way I have been seeing, I am expecting both volume as well as the price relation to be firm. So 1600 to 1650 should be a 6 to 7 month target on ACC. Axis Bank has been a good performer. The stock was beaten down because of the provision they did in for the asset quality as they transfer that to ARC. But I think all the negatives have been priced in. Positives are still as strong as they were for Axis Bank, and there is a valuation comfort. From trading perspective, 520 is the target. But going forward, I think 660 is a 1 year target for Axis Bank.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Axis Bank from Dharmesh Khan. But Sumit, let's discuss your last two ideas, HUL as well as L&T. Going long on HUL with a target price of 825. You're going short on L&T. Tell us about your rationale for both these calls.
Yes, Kama, you're absolutely right. We have selected HUL, Hindustan Unilever, as a buy call because after a consolidation, it has given a good upside move in yesterday's trading session, and we feel that from present levels, there can be a good rally in which it can move up till 850, 870 levels. As far as intraday bet is concerned, yeah, one can initiate long for the targets of 825 with a stop loss to be placed at 795 levels, and for positional traders, I think targets would be somewhere at around 850, 870 levels. One can initiate long position in HUL for next couple of days. As far as L&T is concerned, yeah, L&T looks weak on charts for a couple of days. In short term, we are expecting L&T to touch levels of around 1300 or 1280 levels probably. And for intraday bet, there can be possibility that we might see levels of around 1310. So purely for a trading perspective, one can initiate sell position at 1343-45 levels with a small stop loss placed at 1360 for the targets of 1310. And for next couple of days, we feel that it can come down till 1280 levels. So overall, L&T looks weak for next 4-5 days time horizon. One can initiate sell position at CMP.
Okay, that's the word coming in, and some individual names to watch out for. HUL gets a thumbs up in trades today, looking a little bit weak. For L&T, according to Sumit, so he's got a sell recommendation for targets of 1360. Ruchit, let's discuss your two sell ideas. L&T features on your list as well. What's the rationale? Yes, the counter is coming off a bit. Right now, 1343, how much more downside? And Apollo Hospitals too is a sell recommendation.
Yeah, so Larsen continues to look weak on the charts, as Sumit also said, and this is more due to the underperformance which we have seen recently. In spite of markets giving a pullback, minor pullback, we have not seen any kind of bullish formation or any kind of pullback in this stock. So overall, it's a weak stock. Although I'm not bearish from a long-term perspective, but I'm expecting another one more leg of corrective, which would be an opportunity for long-term investors. But traders should go short for this one corrective leg. I have placed a target of 1295 and stop loss of 1370 from short-term trading perspective. My last call was a sell call in Apollo Hospital. Basically, this stock is a range-bound stock, and after a pullback on Tuesday, we saw a formation of a bearish engulfing pattern, which is a reversal pattern and a bearish pattern. So due to this bearish pattern, I have placed a sell in Apollo Hospital, although I don't have very aggressive targets on the downside, but I am expecting a target of 1290 in today's intraday session. Stop loss I've kept above 1360.
That's a call coming in on Apollo Hospitals, target price of 1290. Let's get in a check on Amara Raja as well as IndusInd. Dharmesh has picked up both these stocks. And Dharmesh, tell us what is it that you like about Amara Raja as well as IndusInd? And is IndusInd the only bank that you like in that space?
See, as far as Amara Raja batteries is concerned, I think they have been fairly stable and a good performer on the numbers front for the last several quarters, and even in the quarter gone by, though the top line growth was a bit muted, somewhere close to 9%, usually it delivers in the range of 12 to 15% on the revenue side. But I think in the battery space, it remains a topic. The balance sheet is very clear, the margins are intact, and going forward, I think the demand from both automotive as well as the industrial battery segment is going to pick up for OEM as well as the replacement segment, and they have enough capacities in place. They have done the capacity ramp up to cater to the growing demand. I think the bottom line, as far as bottom line for Amara Raja is concerned, 30% kind of a growth for next couple of years is expected. So 960 can be the immediate target on Amara Raja batteries, but from a year's perspective, 1150, 1160 is the target, valuing at 30x FY17 estimates on Amara Raja batteries. IndusInd, again, a preferred bet from the private sector banking space. I think December should be a good month for the equity market. In that, private sector banks should perform well. The company, I mean IndusInd Bank, has been doing fairly well. Credit growth of around 30%, profitability growth around 30%, asset quality fairly stable, good ROA NIMs. So 30% kind of a book value growth for next couple of years is expected on IndusInd Bank as well. It's valued at around 3x 1 year forward price to book value. So again, a valuation comfort if you compare this to Kotak Bank or HDFC Bank. Hence, buy on IndusInd Bank.
Okay, that's a word coming in from Dharmesh and some of his top picks as well. Watch out for IndusInd Bank as well as Amara Raja. But let's get you a glimpse of the calculators right now on the stock game and who's currently in the leading position on the penultimate day. That is Sumit Bagadia's portfolio up on your screens. No targets or stop losses hit just as yet. He's managing to hold out in green, but 50-50 for the day. 3,260, that's about 0.6% in terms of a gain. Richard Jain, 2 buys, 2 sells, and his total portfolio is in the green with no targets or stop losses triggered. L&T is losing out marginally, but 6,940 rupees, that's 1.3% what he's gaining. And finally then, Dharmesh Kant has got an all-buy list and it's 50-50 for him as well. Axis and IndusInd Bank doing the trick for him today. A total gain of 1.5%, and that keeps him in the number 1 slot with a gain of 7,400 odd rupees. And on that note, gentlemen, thanks so much for joining in on this leg of the stock game. And as we wrap it up, let's focus in on a big voice. And India's largest SUV maker, that's M&M, has launched an automatic version of its top-selling XUV 500, and the company believes that this